Sometimes the loneliest seat at the table is the one everyone thinks is the safest. It's 7:50 at night. The food has gone half cold. The building outside is starting to lose its lights, and someone is standing at the sink washing the same cup for too long. Not because the cup is dirty, because going back to the table means going back to the conversation. Why can the child who gets praised the most feel so alone in the family? This is the quiet loneliness of the golden child. Not the loud kind of loneliness where nobody sees you at all. The kind where everyone sees the version of you they like, and almost nobody asks what it costs to keep that version alive. A golden child is often the person in the family who gets used as proof that everything is fine. They are the one people point to when they want to feel proud, relieved, or reassured. Their grades, manners, choices, job, or calmness become more than personal things. They become family evidence. And that can sound like a good place to be from the outside. You're praised. You're trusted. You're the one who gets it. You're the one who doesn't cause trouble. But inside, there may be a strange emptiness, because praise is not always the same as closeness. Closeness gives space for the whole person. Praise often rewards only the part that performs well. One common reason is that the golden child learns early that being loved can feel tied to being impressive. Maybe it starts with small comments at the dinner table. Look how responsible you are. You never make things difficult. You're the one we can count on. Those words may sound warm, and sometimes they are, but over time they can turn into a quiet job. The child begins to notice that the room feels calmer when they succeed. Smile, agree, or stay composed. So later, even as an adult, they may keep polishing the cup at the sink because returning to the table means returning to the role. The hard part is that nobody may be trying to hurt them. The family may truly be proud. They may truly believe they are showing love. But the golden child can start to feel like love arrives through a filter. Not, "How are you?" but, "Are you still making us feel okay?" That changes how a person shares themselves. They may learn to bring good news quickly and hide bad news carefully. They may learn to say, "I'm fine," even when the word feels too thin for what is happening inside. They may sit beside their parents, hear their own achievements discussed like family trophies, and feel strangely far away from everyone in the room. This is where loneliness gets confusing. Because the golden child is not ignored in the obvious way. They may get attention, compliments, and special trust. But attention can still feel lonely when it does not include the messy, tired, uncertain parts of a person. Sometimes, it comes from being treated like the family's emotional proof that nothing is wrong. In many families, one child becomes the quiet sign that the parents did well, that the family is respectable, that the sacrifices were worth it. When that happens, ordinary choices can start carrying too much meaning. A grade is not just a grade. A career path is not just a career path. A calm face is not just a calm face. So the golden child may avoid showing disappointment because it feels like they are not just disappointing themselves, they are breaking the story everyone has been holding on to. That story can be heavy in a very quiet way. At the dinner table, someone may say, "We never worry about you," and everyone smiles. But inside, the golden child may hear something else. They may hear, "Please keep being the person we never worry about." And suddenly, telling the truth feels almost rude. Not because the truth is terrible. Maybe the truth is simple. They are tired. They are unsure about their job. They are not as happy as they look. They feel left out in a family where they are constantly mentioned. But when people see you as the strong one, the successful one, the easy one, sadness can feel like an interruption. There's also a quieter reason. Being put above others can separate you from them. The golden child may be praised in a way that quietly compares them to a sibling, cousin, or even a parent's younger self. "You're different. You're the sensible one. Why can't the others be more like you?" At first, this might sound like a compliment, but it can create distance. The person being praised may feel guilty for the attention, while the others feel pushed aside. So the golden child can end up standing in the middle of the family, admired by some, resented by others, and fully known by almost no one. That is a lonely kind of position. They may not feel free to complain, because people might say, "But you're the favorite." They may not feel free to be close to a sibling, because praise has already turned the room into a quiet competition. They may not even feel free to fail, because failure could make everyone look at them differently. So they keep acting easy. They laugh at the right moment. They help clear the plates. They listen while someone talks about them like a finished product. And when the conversation gets too close to the truth, they stand up and take a glass to the sink. It's 7:50 at night, and the kitchen light is yellow enough to make everything look softer than it feels. The table behind them is still full of voices, but the food is cooling. A plate of rice has gone dry at the edge. Someone has just said, "You were always the one we never had to worry about," and the whole room accepted it like a sweet memory. They smile because that is what the role asks for. Then they pick up a cup that barely has anything in it, turn on the faucet, and rinse it longer than anyone would rinse a cup. The water runs over their fingers. The sound of dishes touching sounds louder than usual. They can smell the food turning cold, and somehow that smell makes the whole kitchen feel sadder. They are not angry exactly. They are not even surprised. They are just tired of being remembered only as the version who made things easier. If they go back to the table, someone may ask about work, but not in a way that makes room for honesty. Someone may praise their discipline. Someone may compare them to another family member who is still figuring things out. Someone may laugh and say, "You're the good one," as if that is a soft place to land. But it is not always soft. Sometimes the good one is just another way of saying, "Please don't become complicated." If you've been there, you're not strange. You might know someone who lives like this. The golden child can be lonely because they are surrounded by people who care about their image, their future, their behavior, their usefulness, and their shine, but may not know how to sit with their uncertainty. They are close to the family story and far from being simply human inside it. And there's something else here that isn't talked about enough. When a person has been rewarded for being easy to love, they may start editing themselves before anyone else does. They may hold back ordinary feelings because they feel too risky. They may avoid saying, "I don't know," because they are used to being the one with answers. They may avoid saying, "I'm not okay," because everyone has built a habit of not worrying about them. A small way to understand this is to notice where the performance begins. It might begin before a family dinner, while choosing what to say about work. It might begin in the car, rehearsing a version of the truth that sounds positive enough. It might begin at the table, when someone praises you and your stomach quietly drops. Naming that private shift can make it less invisible. Not as a big announcement, just as a quiet sentence in your own mind, "This is where I start becoming the role." That sentence can matter because it separates the person from the performance. The role may still be there, the family may still see what they are used to seeing, but inside, there is a small piece of honesty that belongs to you. It can make the moment feel less like being swallowed by the old story. Another gentle thing is to offer one small truth without handing over the whole truth. For example, instead of explaining every hidden feeling at the table, a golden child might say, "I've been more tired than I've seemed lately," or, "I'm still figuring that out," or, "I don't really want to compare myself to anyone tonight." These are small lines, not dramatic speeches. They let a little air into a role that has been too sealed. And even if the family does not fully understand right away, the person has heard themselves speak as someone real. That can be a quiet kind of relief. Because the goal is not to destroy the family story in one night. It is often enough to notice when the story is getting too tight. It is often enough to let one true sentence exist without polishing it into something more acceptable. The loneliness of the golden child is not always about having no love. Sometimes it is about having love that only knows where to look. It looks at the report card, the career, the calm face, the clean reputation, the ability to keep going. It looks at the part of the person that makes the family feel safe. But the lonely part is often standing just a little behind that, holding the feelings nobody expected them to have. This is for people who looked easy to raise, easy to praise, and easy to trust, while quietly learning that being easy could become a cage. If that feels familiar, the sadness may not mean you were ungrateful. It may mean there was more to you than the role could hold. And maybe the first quiet relief is not proving anything at all. Maybe it is letting the cup be clean enough, turning off the faucet, and returning to the table as a person who is allowed to be more than good.